Welcome to the LCL Radio Show. I am your host, Latasha. Watch out now. The LCL Show. It's the LCL Show. It's the LCL Show. Watch out now. It's the LCL Show. It's the LCL Show. It's the LCL Show. Watch out now. We're coming through the roof. We're coming through the roof. We're coming through the roof. Security. We're coming through the roof. We're coming through the roof. We're coming through the roof. Security. Watch out now. Watch out now. Watch out now. Security. Watch out now. Watch out now. Watch out now. Security. Watch out now. It's your girl Latasha with the LCL Show. And that's right, y'all. We coming through the roof. Security. So tonight we have an amazing episode. Listen, we are live all the way. Well, our guest, let me just say that, is live all the way from Africa, you guys. We are all the way in Nigeria. The LCL Show has took a magnificent turn for the better. Watch out now. So look, do me a favor. Go ahead, tune in, like, and share this live. Not only that, we're going to talk about a situation that happened all the way in Africa that I want to shine some light on, that I want to bring some attention to. And then our guest is going to also share that information with me. And you guys do not forget, we do this every week, okay? The LCL Show is every week. So listen, if you have a show idea, a brand, product, whatever it is, tell us your story. Go to lclfit.com. The information is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. You know, we bring on entrepreneurs. Let's shine some light on what you have going on. Oh, come on and tell your story. Watch out now. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my guest on because we tend to ran a little bit behind. So I want to go ahead and play catch up. Watch out now. So I'm going to bring him on in a little bit. I see we have another guest. Who is that? Hold on. Let me bring my guest on real quick because I see somebody else pop up. Watch out now. Gotta mute that. Hey, how you doing?
Hello. Hi.
So let the people know where you are right now.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ukabuilu Chuks, and I am in Umuahia, Abia State in Nigeria, Africa.
Africa. Watch out now.
Yes.
Okay. So Chucks, but you go by Chucks because your name is, pronounce it again. You bit pronounce it again.
Okay, that's Ukabuilu Chuks.
Ukabuilu?
That's a nice try.
Okay. I think I'm gonna stick with Chucks. Watch out now.
Yeah.
So I met Chucks through a mutual friend of ours, a magnificent person. And I thank God for the introduction because once I started following you, I watched you for a little bit and I'm like, wow, this guy is really a character. Watch out. So most importantly, there was this one video that you shared that it looked like you were dancing inside the church. What was up with that?
Yeah.
What made you do that? What did they say? You can hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. But I was talking about when you were dancing inside the church.
Inside the church. Oh. Yeah, we do some crazy African dances in church. Epileptic, but it's nice.
So is it popular over there to do the African dances? Is that something like really popular that you guys have going on over there?
Yes, every time the Afro kind of dance is always evolving. So like every year or every...
Oh, hold up. Watch out now. Chop. 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 Oh, Lord, we stuck like Chuck. Okay. All right, he coming back on.
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, man, I thought you were for the biscuit. I didn't know what that happened. Watch out now. Oh, well, nice to join us again. I understand you guys once again Chuks is in Africa, Nigeria, Africa. I guess we would say like Florida, United States, Florida. I don't know. I guess it don't matter. But so y'all bear with us because we way across the country right now. Watch out now. Yeah. So I want to say, first of all, thank you so much for coming on doing this interview with me.
Thank you. Thank you.
I've seen a lot of your followers been like hitting me up and friend requesting me. I got the whole Madagascar on my friend request. Watch out now. I'm like, okay, all right. And I would love to interview more people from over there because I'm pretty sure they have a story to tell. And I want to hear different stories from, different places,
Yeah.
So I would love to do that. But without further ado, I want to go ahead and get into a lot of things. Chuks, tell the people a little bit about your foundation.
Okay. Oh well, I founded the foundation last year. The name of the foundation is Ukabuilu Chuks Foundation. Ukabuilu Chuks is like my full name. Mm-hmm. So for the past 10 years, I've been very deep into community service, especially community health care, because I'm a nurse. So last year I decided to put a structure around it, and then I founded a foundation, and we go to deep communities where the government infrastructure, the healthcare programs do not really get to. So I go down there with my team, and we take care of them. We do free medical outreaches. We take care of people's healthcare for free. We provide welfare for people depending on their needs. We provide free education for children of widows, children of single mothers who cannot afford education. So that's basically what my foundation does, and I've been doing this since last year.
So how long ago did you start your foundation? How long has it been since you started your foundation? Oh, there you go again. Always risking it for the biscuit. Oh, man. And listen, we tested this out before we even decided to go live. We tested everything out and it worked perfectly. Remember when we did the test and it worked perfectly?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on now. Watch out now, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It happens. So how long have you started the foundation? How long have your foundation been up and running?
Okay, well, I've been doing community work for 10 years, but the foundation has been up and running since last year. Yes.
Wow.
But the foundation is just, yeah, no, the foundation is, we started the foundation last year, but I've been doing community work, not as a foundation, as an individual and a nameless team for like 10 years. Yeah.
So what made you actually get it and put it on paper? Did you guys, how can I say this? Did you guys take a hit due to COVID? Were you guys affected by COVID?
Yes, we're affected. In fact, that was when we started. Well, that was when we started work during COVID. So during COVID, a friend of mine in another city sent me a message that there are two old women in a village that were abandoned by everybody. Their children were nowhere around the city. It's actually a village, but we could just call it a city. But it's actually a deep, like, rural community. So, but the children were not around. They couldn't come back to take care of their parents because of lockdown. They were starving, they were not eating, they were jaundiced, they were sick. So, and I couldn't even move. So what I did was there was no means of transportation. From here to that place is like maybe 20 minutes drive. But I did most of the journey on foot to get there.
So you actually went and took the journey on foot to go and help these people.
Exactly.
Wow.
So when I got there, so I went on Facebook Live and I told people about what was going on there and asked people to help out. And then I came back, put together a few persons. So I'm a nurse. I called an optometrist.
So you're a nurse?
Yes, I am.
Watch out now, but go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I called some of my friends and we came together. We tried to raise some funds and then we went back there. So I noticed that everything in the old women's rooms were messed up. So I like took everything, every single thing in their room out, and discarded everything, brought new stuff, both the mattress, both the carpet, both her clothing, everything, and then hired a caregiver to take care of her for the whole year.
So, what is the government like over there? Like, I hear you, and you guys, like, I'm going to post these pictures, and I want to tell you, like, warning, like WARNING, warning. These are very, like, heartwarming pictures because we don't realize how fortunate we are over here, and then,
Exactly.
and not to downplay anybody's situation at all, but we have a lot of complainers when people are over there sleeping literally in huts on sand and dirt and mud, and
Sure.
the government, what's the government doing?
Well, I would say I say this. I could say this to someone who is not Nigerian. I could say this to a Nigerian as well. I could say this in front of the government too. That the Nigerian government is, to a large extent, very irresponsible. So there's a way Nigeria as a nation is set up. So there are the municipals, the urban areas, the cities, the big cities, and then there are smaller villages. So they kind of focus on more on the cities and then abandon the smaller villages where the people who really
When you
need
say
help
abandoned,
are.
meaning they don't even
Yes.
act like they don't
No,
exist.
nothing. No, they don't take care of it. They don't have electricity. They don't have good water. They don't have hospitals. They don't have good schools. So the government does not take care of them. The people that do take care of them are foundations like mine and some other people's. So we raise funds, save up money, put a chunk of what we earn into the foundation, and then when we put money together, we go to these villages and we do initiatives and outreaches. So it could be on welfare, providing food, or providing free education for children in the rural communities, or
So
providing free healthcare.
the people take care of the people, not the government,
Ex-
not.
exactly, that's what happens. So if not for foundations, these people. So a lot of people. So I've worked in different settings, so I know that a lot of people die in these communities that are not supposed to die at all if they had access to proper healthcare. So they could neither afford proper healthcare nor could they access it for free. But they vote.
So let me ask you this, because over here in America, they have all these charities per se that's supposed to be taking care of people, in other countries. So they tell us. And people raise all these millions. Oh, I gave back to Africa. I gave back. So you guys, you mean to tell me you're not seeing any of the money?
Okay, well, I need to tell you something about that. So this is what happens. So I'm aware of big charities abroad, especially in the United States. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and a lot of other charities abroad who donate to countries in Africa. But this is what happens. So when they donate through the government because they trust the government. Now
Whoa,
the
whoa,
government
whoa,
will.
whoa, 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 whoa. The money is going in the hands of the corrupt system.
Exactly. Yeah. So when it goes through the government, it doesn't really get to the people.
You
So
saying
it
it
goes.
really, like, do a percentage of it get to the people or nothing?
So at most, a very tiny bit of it goes to the people, but most of it does not get to the people. If it does, why would I be in communities working?
Right. And not only
Yeah.
that, if it get to the people, do you feel like it get to certain people they want it to get to and not the people that it need to? But you know what's funny? Is the people in those
What,
poor
what happens is
communities.
what happens is when it comes, they take. Yeah. Yeah, the
So,
people in those poor communities do not even know what is being sent to them through the government. So they don't know what to fight for.
but you know what? Let me tell you this. They use those people, the people that the money don't reach. They the ones who they use be looking on TV with the fly flying all around the kids and the fly laying on their eyelids and the rib cage showing. They use those people to market and to advertise to get funding for those people, but those people never see the money.
Exactly. Exactly. So they use the people's situation to advertise and receive funding from abroad, and then when the money comes, it goes right into their pockets, and then the situation remains because they have to continue using it to receive money from abroad. If you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So
So,
sometimes when they receive aid, yeah, they monetize the aid a lot of times. So, like, there is malaria in Africa. So, when they
uh-huh.
receive like insecticide treated malaria nets or malaria medications, instead of giving it to the people for free, they monetize it. They actually sell these materials to the people that they're supposed to give it for free. Yeah.
Whoa.
So,
So
for instance,
where is
on 12, yeah,
so there's
go
a
ahead.
system here where when stuff like that happen, they have like these groups and everything that kind of dig and go after, the government to clear this stuff up. Like, do they have groups or organizations like that to manage this money or a voice for people to speak up and say, hey, where is all this money going? The people are not seeing this money.
Oh, well, Africa is very different and the leaders are not very accountable. So even when people speak up, they're either ignored or hushed. So it's really difficult to fight for that.
Like hush.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. But you know what? All
Yeah.
is well, because at the end of the day, there's an almighty God who sits high and he looks low and he sees everything, you know. And I know it's easier said than done, but when I tell you, my heart goes out to you guys and just everything that you're doing for the people. That's very selfless. And I want to just tell you, like, I congratulate you and I thank you so much for even being a part of the LCL show and coming all the way from
Thank
Africa
you.
to
Thank you
share
so
your
much.
story. Hopefully, we could shine some light on this situation. And I have your information at the bottom, you guys. So if those of you who are watching who want to make a donation, email Chuck's. His Facebook information is on here, you guys. Anything, something, all things are needed, anything. And I'm pretty sure when they contact you, you'll be able to direct them to where to send. If they want to
No
actually
problem.
send the items and not money, then you could let them know where to send it at, right?
Sure.
So what mainly right now with what's going on around, like what's the main necessities that you need?
Okay, well, I have an outreach planned out for next week, Saturday, 27th of February. So this is an issue in the southeast part of Nigeria. There is a state over here. The name of the state is Ebony State. So I don't know if you know about this, but in some places in Africa, they do female genitalia mutilation. They circumcise their female children.
I seen you
So
post
when,
about that. They circumcise females
yeah, that's
against
terrible.
their
It's
will.
terrible. Yes, yes. So in this state, in the southeastern part of Nigeria, still they take it as a rite of passage. So when a female child is born, they kind of abuse the child already. Get the child cut parts of the clitoris. Um, they say, oh, they're trying to reduce sexual desire in the female so that the woman would not become promiscuous. So we tell them every time that this has nothing to do with promiscuity, it's abuse, and they're not supposed to do it. So for since as far back as 2015, as of 2015, 75% of every female born in this place are circumcised. So we
So
started doing a lot of
when
that. Yeah.
when you say and I've never heard of this until you shared your story. I've never heard of a woman getting
Yeah.
circumcised, and they do it from babies when they're a baby,
Yes.
and this
Hmm.
makes them lose the pleasure when they grow up.
That's what they say. But this is what happens. It affects the girl child psychologically. So they become afraid of having sex when they grow up, and then of course they have a lot of painful sex. So they become it affects their sexual life terribly. So it's like a long term psychological problem that it causes, apart from the
But
physical
what about
aspect
their
too.
husband when they decide to get married? Like, do they think about those things?
Yes, they do. So it affects them also in marriage. A man who is not from this part of the eastern Nigerians, um, the man might have a problem with it. The man would be like, okay, this is not what we do. I'm not conversant. I'm not comfortable with this, and so the marriage is off. So it affects their marital life too. Their tendencies to get married to the people they really want to get married. So they get discriminated against when it comes to getting married
Oh my
unless
God.
the
So,
man comes from the same place. Yeah.
and they do this from childhood. So what about the kids that
Yeah.
are already grown in adulthood?
Okay, so for those who are already grown, I think the person survived the abuse already, but they do it mainly for the girls who are born there, especially if you're born around there. But if you're born elsewhere, say someone who is from there travels to the United States and gives, they have their children over there,
Oh
then they're
wow.
not going to do that. But if you're born in that area, they make sure it's done. So I and my team were planning to go there to do a lot of sensitization, educating
Mhm.
the people on how dangerous it is. And then again, I
Wow.
noticed that the young girls over there, the young girls from 14 to 20, 25, they do not use sanitary pads during their menstrual cycle. They use
No?
toilet paper. No, they do not. They use toilet paper or pieces of African wax, stuff that can be
Wow.
easily contaminated. So when they do that, they start having infections really, really early, and they start having very serious gynecological issues. So we plan to go there and supply one of the villages because there's a
Hmm.
lot of people there. So we plan to go to one of the villages and supply every single girl from that village with sanitary pads to last for 6 months to 1 year. That's what we
Wow.
want to
I
do.
appreciate you
Yeah.
guys for doing that.
Yeah.
And you guys, as earlier, when me and Chuck spoke about the old lady that he went to go help, he posted this story. I want to say, was it last year, 2020?
Yes, yes. Last year,
And
June.
it gained a lot of exposure, because it definitely caught my eye. And then I come back on maybe a few days later, weeks later, I don't know how long, and then I see that you guys not only showed what she was living like, but you actually did something about it. You went and helped her. And I'm going to go
Yes.
ahead and post those pictures now. Stand by for me, please, Chuck. I want to
Okay.
show you guys exactly how it's going, what's going on over there. So this is the picture of the old lady that you actually
Mm-hmm.
went to go help.
Yes.
And I want to show them exactly what she looked at like before.
Before
Okay,
I went there. Yeah, on the
so
left.
before
Yeah.
picture is, oh my God, that's what she was living in.
Exactly. She was drinking
So
very dirty water. She was eating rotten mangoes. Um, she would, shit on herself. Everywhere was poop. Everywhere. Everywhere.
so you
Everything
can
was
even
missing.
walk in because of the feces.
Yes, all over the place. So we took
Wow.
out everything in the room, including all her clothing, burned everything, washed the room, painted the room, patched the walls and the floors, put a
Mhm.
new carpet, put a new mattress for her, bought all new clothing for her, brought seats. So she had difficulty walking, so we bought her a walking aid as well. And then I hired a caregiver to take care of her for the rest of the year.
Wow.
We
So
also take care of her health for free, all for free. Yeah.
how old is she?
Around 92, 92.
92, and she lived that long like that, and with mangoes and wow.
No, she has been like this for like 8 years since 2012. Before we
What
went
she
there.
said happened to her? What was her story?
So she had children, but for a long time they left the village and moved to the city and totally forgot about her. She has a grandchild in the village, but he's married and doesn't want to come close to her because, according to him, she's dirty. He cannot handle all that, so he just stays away from the from his grand. So we came in and we just took her up and started taking care of her.
Wow. So she is 92 years old, and she came from living like this to when your foundation and your outreach, and then the people that actually helped you came in. The picture on the right shows what you guys actually did. I see clean sheets. I could see you know, a person actually in the one that was cleaned up.
Yeah. So we
Oh
also
my
painted
God.
her room in and out. We painted the building in and out as well, just to make it look habitable.
And I see she had money. She had money.
Yeah, I gave her money. So when I came, she was like, "Oh, she doesn't have any money." I'm like, "Oh well, we took care of all your stuff. You don't need money for anything. Anything you need, your caregiver. I give her money every month, and she can buy it." She was like, "But she needs to touch some money." I was like, "Okay." So I put my hand in my wallet and I gave her some money to keep.
Oh, look at you. I love to hear that. Now,
Yeah.
where is the old lady now? Like, how is she doing now?
There are two of them.
Oh, there's two of them.
Yeah.
So
And
what
then
about
even
the
up
one
there, we still
that
take
was
care of
here?
them. We still take care of them. We added an extra woman. She's blind. So there's a third woman right now. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So what actually happened to her?
So we checked. She had a few eye problems, so we took care of that. We checked her for hypertension and diabetes, and she doesn't have any of that, even though she's very old. But she had issues with walking, so we got her a walking aid, and it helped her start because she has been in that room. She stays in that room for the whole day, and the room is dark, so it affected her sight. So we took care of the
Oh,
eye problem. We also helped her. We just put her through some rehabilitation, physical rehabilitation, and then she started walking again.
okay.
So
Watch out now. So which one actually passed away?
this one, the other
She
one
passed
still
away.
lives. Yes, after some months, she passed away.
Okay, because I
The other
noticed you
one is
posted
85. The other one is 85, and she still lives.
okay. Okay.
So what
Watch
we
out
did when this one passed away, we took up another woman. She's blind, so we still have two women.
now. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Thank God for people like you. I really appreciate that. Now, you guys, we're gonna go on a commercial break, but when we come back, I'm gonna share some pictures that Chuck had the pleasure of sending me on his outreach, and
Okay.
I want to be able to so he could show you the things and the resources that they need over there in Nigeria, and that it actually makes it to the foundation, not the government. Okay. So
No, it doesn't go through the government. If it goes through the government, it won't get to the people. I
it's not
guarantee
gonna make it over there. Watch out. All right, you
Yeah.
guys. So stand by, Chuck. I'm gonna mute you real quick. And we are going to go on a commercial break. Okay. Watch out now. girl Latasha with the LCL Show, and we are back. I'm gonna go ahead and bring Chuks back onto the screen. Hey, Chuks, how you doing?
Yeah,
Chuks, for
good.
those who are just tuning in, Chuck is all the way in Africa, Nigeria. And what's the time difference? Like, what time is it over there?
6 hours. It's 6 hours. This is 12:42 a.m. We're
It's
6 hours
it's
apart.
6:42 in the morning.
Yeah.
Really? It is officially. What time is it over here? I don't know what time it is over here.
It should be 6:43 or 6:45 something.
Yeah, you're right. It's
Over there.
6:44 over here. Watch out now. That's a shame.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? See how spoiled we is? We don't even be knowing the time. Don't care nothing about it. And we just keep it moving. I mean, oh, wow. Have you ever been to the States?
No, I've never been out of Nigeria.
No?
No, but I'll make a move this year.
Soon.
Yeah,
I
I'll
see you
travel this
blessings,
year.
love, and let it be so unto you. You know, with two or
Mm-hmm.
more touch and agree, it's going to get done. So remember
Exactly.
that. All right, you
Yeah.
guys. I want to share some pictures from your outreach that you started
Okay.
last year, mainly because you was forced to start it due to the pandemic and the many needs and the cries for help. So I want to,
Yeah.
when I put the picture up, you'll still be able to talk in the background. And I want you to
Okay.
kind of like explain some of the things
No
that we're going
problem.
to be seeing in some of the pictures. Okay. So
All right. Let's go.
hold on for a minute. Okay, here we go. This is oh my God, look at this. Look at the little boy carrying the girl. It's the girl carrying the boy right here.
Yeah. So these are children in the community we went to on the 12th of December. So we did a free healthcare outreach for them. We took care of 550 people in the village with different health problems. And so these are the children. We gave them free vitamins. So their water is very dirty, so they have issues with worms and diarrhea and all that. So we gave them medication
You said
for
they got
that.
worms and diarrhea?
Yeah, yes. So
Okay.
we took care of them, gave their parents health education on how to handle them if any of them comes down with diarrhea, and then we provided medication for them, the children.
Okay.
And also give them free insecticide-treated malaria nets to prevent malaria. It's a
So
riverine area.
where do you get the water from over there? Is it a well or is it a
They,
store?
they have rivers. They actually have rivers.
Oh,
And so they bathe with the water, they also drink the water. That's very unhealthy. Very
wow.
unhealthy.
Could you imagine? Well, I don't want to imagine, but drinking the bath water that they bathe in is called survival. It's called survival. So what is this picture saying?
Okay,
I mean,
so
like I
this
see.
was yeah, this was on the 28th of December. We went to a different state, a different community, and the people there, after the first wave of the pandemic, people didn't have anything. People in the communities didn't have food, they didn't have anything. So we went there and we just saw people in the villages and we just gave them food. So the black stuff we have them carrying, these are food. We just put together different foods in one bag and then we gave them each of the women that we met. So we met
Okay.
people on the road, we met people at the marketplace, we met people at their homes, we met people anywhere we saw anybody, we just gave them food.
So you guys don't have to wear a mask over there.
So at that time of the year, that was we call it the Hammerton season. The weather is really, really, really hot. So
Uh-huh.
people cannot even bear wearing masks. So, but we wore masks.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, but
So
people in the
it's so
villages,
hot,
they can't even, yeah, so
they
hot.
couldn't wear the mask.
No, they can't. And they
But
can't even afford it.
COVID was there.
Yes.
And the government didn't supply the mask or
Nothing, nothing. Like I told you, they don't care about these people. They really don't.
I'm keeping an open mind because I'm just keeping an open mind Part of me is
We
like,
were the ones who had the max on the villagers. They don't. They can't
wow,
afford it. I mean, you have to eat food before you wear a mask, right?
right,
Exactly.
wow, that part. Watch out now. All right, so here's another. What is this? What's going on in these pictures?
Okay, so these are people with the man on the right. We are trying to refract him. We're trying to find out what kind of eyeglasses he would need. So the person checking him is an optometrist. So he's trying to check what is wrong with his eye, so we know what drugs or what kind of eyeglass to give him, all for free. And then on the left, these are men, old men from the village, and young men too. They were just waiting their turn to be taken care of.
Oh wow. I mean, I
Yeah.
love the people that you have in your corner who are actually helping you do this because it does take a village. It takes a village. And what do we have here? This looks like a lot of
Also, drugs. So we have drugs on the upper left. We have drugs. The picture at the middle. We have drugs. We have one nurse and a pharmacist technician
uh-huh.
manning the dispensary in the village. On the other end, upper right, we have some instruments, sphygmomanometer for checking blood pressure, instruments for checking blood sugar, thermometers to check temperature. And we gave some of these instruments to the people, like when we found people with diabetes and they're not taking good care of themselves. So we just teach someone in their family how to check their blood sugar and give us feedback so we can monitor and come back and do something whenever there is need for that. So we give them those machines for free. Yeah.
Okay. Dang, watch out now. So I want to see, have I done this? Okay, no, I haven't. Here you go. Is this the team right here? Tell me this the
Yeah,
team right here. Watch out
that's
now.
the thing.
Okay. Oh my God. I appreciate you guys. And I mean, everybody is smiling. Everybody's just
Yeah.
cheerful and happy. Like we don't have a worry in the world. And oh my God. And look at the lady over here. Oh my goodness.
It gives us a lot of joy when we go out into the communities and solve problems as much as we can. A
But
lot
you
of
know
joy.
what's amazing is that the people over there tend to live a longer lifespan, even
Yes,
though they're in the conditions they're in. Over here, they dropping like flies.
yeah, when Africans are really tough people though, but there is this thing about the human mind when you get used to a certain level of abuse, it almost becomes normal for you. You just live with it.
Yeah.
So that's what happens. They're used to it. They just try to survive and smile through the whole thing.
Well, if they living to be 100 over there, I mean, you got to look on the bright side. You know,
Hmm.
you don't make it over here to be 100. Maybe they need some of that Balfour. Maybe they need to drink their own Balfour over here because those people are living for a long time with the worms and all. They are living, and that's what I'm proud of. I love that. So here's another picture. I kind of put
Yeah,
these two together.
that that's their main means, their major means of transportation, the canoes. So these are like
So
boats that you paddle with sticks.
these are bamboo sticks like that built the bridge.
Yeah, so that's like a bridge. They do this. So when they need to cross over a place that has water underneath, they do
Mhm.
something like this because they don't have proper bridges. So they have to do something like this with planks and bamboos, and then people could just hold their hands on the sticks and walk through. And then on the left, that's their main because it's a riverine area. Sometimes during the floods, you have water everywhere in people's houses and all that. So they move around from
Uh-huh.
one part of the village to another using those boats. So yeah, they just paddle it on water and then they move.
So can anybody use it, or do people actually own those boats and you have to pay a fee
People,
like a
people,
charge?
people, people own those boats. However, they make it available for others to use for free.
Oh,
They
okay.
do help themselves. Yeah, you don't have to pay for it. Like if we needed to move from one part of the village to another, we didn't have to pay for the boats. We just
So how much would something like that cost? The boat. How much would something like that cost over there?
a boat in Nigeria is like maybe 200 American dollars or
Mhm.
80,000 Nigerian naira. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So not bad. So you guys, those of you who are
So
watching, all of Truck Foundation information is scrolling at the bottom, and anything helps. I mean, anything helps. To have all, give all to all. Watch out now. And Chuck, just for you taking time out your day to come on here, and you say you have a big an event coming up this month, what, next weekend, right?
Next weekend, yes.
Okay. And you guys are also going to be out in the communities.
Again, yes.
Okay. And so what right now, like you say, sanitary napkins, medicine, um, you know, things to clean, soap, toothpaste, anything can help you guys. So all his information is at the bottom, and he's also on Facebook. I shared his information. So anything helps. Anything helps. Watch out now. So Chuck, before we leave tonight, what do you have, what do you want to say to the people over here in the US?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that people in the US need to, they should be thankful. They have a life that people over here in Africa dream and pray for. So they need to, first of all, be thankful and grateful for what they have. And secondly, so the second thing I want to say is like an appeal. So if you have anyone in Africa that you trust that is into community work, it doesn't have to be me in any African country at all. If you have anyone that you trust that is into community work, if there's anything you could give to support what they do, please do it. They're the only people you can trust to get down to the people in the rural communities and actually give them the help that they need. Not the Nigerian government, but anyone that you know that has some integrity, that is transparent. Like Natasha, when we go for an outreach, I usually go live on Facebook and show people on video what we do.
Right.
Right from the time we get on the bus, to show some accountability, in what we do. So if there is anyone who does stuff like that, if you have any way to support them, please go ahead and do it. You would be saving lives, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
Watch out now. I love that. So how would you, let's just say we want to make a donation. Let's just say the LCL show want to make a donation. Where, like, how would the money be sent? Let me just say this. I'm asking because I don't want to go to a MoneyGram. I don't want to stand in the line do West Virginia, but I will. But I don't want to because it's so easier to just send money now. But what is the easiest way to send money?
All right, there are two methods. You could send money to my account details right there with your Zelle, or I have a brother in Houston. He also does community work whenever he's back in the country. I trust him. If you send him money, it will get to us.
Okay, so do me a favor when we get off this live, and I'll take care of it tomorrow because the LCL show just wants to make a donation to your foundation. And it's not my judgment to say where the money going, who's getting the money. Long as I know in my heart I'm giving, and I just tell God to just make sure it reach who it needs to reach. I don't worry about stuff like that. But I do personally, the LCL show, Latasha Country's Lifestyle. Watch out now. I would love to make a donation. And those of you who are watching, please share this live because people need help. And and sometimes it's up to us to help them. People run away when people feel like they're asking for money or whatever, but I know the power behind my giving. I know the power behind that. So I want to do it. Me, my husband, the LCL show want to do it from my heart. So I would definitely send me the information
I will.
to your the guy, because I feel like I could just that's click up a button and I could just be done with it. So send me the information, and I'll definitely like to make a, just a small token of my appreciation and contribute to the foundation, because I love what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, even if you feel like
Thank you.
nobody's happy or people are ungrateful. Continue to
We
do.
just keep doing it. Exactly.
I love it. I love it. And I'm pretty sure, and I'm believing, God for others to watch and see this live and actually make a donation as well. And, from their hearts, and just let it be. And like I said, I thank you. I know it takes a lot to come on here and talk about these things. And to just, ask. Nobody don't like asking nobody for, especially not money, and it's not just money, resources. How can they send resources if they want to send the resources?
Yeah, they can. I can give them an address. Yeah, they can. Anything.
Okay. So if they email you, or they, come in your inbox, you'll send them the information so that they can actually
Yeah.
send. If you don't want to send money, you guys, they are accustomed to receiving sanitary products, cleaning
Yeah.
products, clothing, shoes, tissue, toilet
Yeah.
paper, toilet paper, same thing. But watch out now.
Yeah.
Uh, Whatever it is, canned goods. You guys can accept canned goods and stuff,
Yeah.
food.
Yes.
So non-perishable items when it comes to food, you guys, just if you could do something. I personally don't have the time to go out and do all those things, so I'm just gonna send, money that's on my end. So, but I want to thank you so
Thank
much,
you so
and
much. Thank you.
thank you for letting the people know what's going on the other part of the world, because this is stuff that we don't see. They don't show us what's going on. So when you go live, that is our insight on what's going on in Africa, because they got so much corona, COVID, all these other stuff, all these other challenges and things that are going on with celebrities, this and that are blinding or taking our eyes off the people, the things that we could, probably help with. They don't show us these things. So that's why I thank God for the ability to be able to reach out to people like you, and you could come on here and shine some light on what's going on over there. And it takes a lot of courage to do that. So watch out now.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, Chucks.
Thank you. Thank you so
Let
much. Thank you, everyone.
me see. I think we have a comment here. Um, they said keep up the good work. Latoya said keep.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Latoya.
I appreciate you coming on, and tell your people after this interview to come and share this show. You
Yeah.
never know who can be watching. It look like ain't nobody watching. I just take one or two people that can really be a big blessing. And that's what I believe God for. I don't get caught up in the views and all that. I believe him for the outcome behind the scenes, even if it's anonymous. I mean, so tell your people, hey, this is the interview. You guys help me share this live, because we need the resources.
Okay.
The need, and you have not because you ask not. So when you ask, you open your mouth, you seek, you knock. Those things will be granted to you. That's word. That's word.
Yeah.
So don't worry, and I know you're not, because you always have a smile. You always keep people smiling. You always, you're just a really good hearted man. And like I said before, keep up the good work. The world needs more people like
Thank
more
you. Thank you so much.
somebody to take a stand for those people. You don't have too many of them. Everybody's scared. Everybody is scared. They'll talk about other stuff, but they're scared to speak up on the stuff that needs to be spoke about, and
Yeah.
it takes a lot of courage. So kudos to you, and thank you so much, Chucks. Hit me
Thank
up in
you.
my so that I could take care of that for you tomorrow. And
I
thank you
will.
for coming on the LCL show. You have anything to say before you out tonight?
Once again, I want to thank everyone who watched and everyone who would stumble upon the show. And I want to give a special shout out to everyone in the UCF team. These are young men and women who believe in what I do, and they come and they work with me. We go into these communities and we actually risk our own health because we're in a pandemic, for God's sake. But they come and they join me, and we go in there and we do stuff. They're not afraid of catching COVID in the process. They just we all put the needs of the people ahead of every other thing. So I want to thank every one of them for their sacrifices too. Thank you so much.
Oh, that was so nice. Oh my God. I would have, you know what? That's good. That's love. You making me want to do me some shout outs. You know what? Thank you to everybody who's watching tonight. Thank you for those who are going to, help Chuck in this outreach foundation. You seen the proof in the pudding. He don't just have pictures and videos of kids with the flies flying around them. He's actually trying to get some fly spray, some nets and everything to get rid of these flies and really help these people. So you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Chuck, thank you. All right from Africa. This is my first international interview. All right, my love. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, good morning.
Yeah, it's good morning over here. It's 1 a.m. in the morning.
All right, my love. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the LCL Show. I am your host, Latasha. Look, that was a very interesting story. Not only that, that's my first international interview. And I appreciate God for that. I mean, we had a little difficulties in the beginning, but all is definitely well. Y'all know I don't give up. I'll risk it for the biscuit. Watch out now. So listen, we have, Mara, you in my video, baby. We have live episodes of the LCL Show every week. Okay, there's no certain day. Just check in. We post the flyers, you guys. And if you know of anybody who have a show idea, a business, a story to tell, be our guest. We're always looking for new talent. The website is at the bottom. You will submit your story on the website, and a team member of the LCL Show will get back with you and keep in contact with you on possibly, being on the show. So watch out now. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be blessed. Love everybody. And I mean everybody, the good, the bad, the ugly. Like, love people, do right by people, not for their sake, but for yours. Because what you're doing to others is you're doing it unto yourself. And that's something that I'm learning. I'm actually reading a new book right now called A Course in Miracles. It's a very, 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 very powerful book. The most powerful book that I've ever heard. Matter of fact, they have an audio version of it on YouTube that kind of like got me hooked. And then I ordered the book. And ever since I had this book, I've been in my closet every morning, faithfully, religiously, without missing a day. And the knowledge and everything that I have gained, the walk that I have right now in my life is very, very different. And it's all about the mindset, okay? The mind is the battlefield. That's where the battle is won or lost. So watch out now. But I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love y'all. And I know you say, how do you love us and you don't even know us? Well, just like, it's easy to hate on people that you don't even know. Love works even better, okay? And it opens a lot more doors. So try it. I promise you. Look at your health. Look at the situation, circumstances, your mindset, your thoughts, your worrying, all the things that you are internally going through. Watch how everything changes when you welcome love to everybody, okay? All right, you guys, I'm going to say good night. And before I forget, I'm going to let you guys know. Watch out now! Welcome to the LCL Radio Show. I am your host, Latasha. Watch out now, LCL Show. It's the LCL Show. It's the LCL Show. Watch out